Morning, boys and girls. Welcome to this one. Oh, dear. Oh. Nice new one. All right, Andy. All right. You know, one of the things that amuses me is ages ago, this was years ago, did an upload on this channel, and it was my thoughts on being an owner-operator. I wouldn't do it. Personally, I wouldn't do it. And the reason I was saying that is people forget that I'm agency, and I've got a lot of abuse for what I said. A number of people I have worked with over the years, especially at that point in time, where I was still at the wholesaler, were ex-owner-ops, and some of them even had small little fleets. There was one guy in particular, and it was kind of what spurred me when I went away looking at houses that time when I was in the IX35. That kind of spurred me into doing that upload, because I think he had like 15 units in total that he was running, Mercedes. And the contract he had expired and he'd renewed it, but the business that he had the contract with had changed his pay from 45 days to 60. So every 60 days they paid the bill, but it used to be every 45. So he got on the blower with Mercedes and explained, look, you know, I've got these on the rental contract, I'm paying you here and there, but my client has changed to a 60-day pay window from a 45, so I need to renegotiate this contract. And basically what happened, and the reason he ended up becoming an agency driver, was Mercedes revoked all his units. They pulled the contract and they took all his units back. And all these guys literally had to stop, bring the units back to base, and that was it. They wouldn't hear of it. They just absolutely screwed him over. God knows why. He never knew why. He ended up having to declare bankruptcy, and he ended up an agency driver, and we had several conversations about the entire thing, and the fact that when you are a small haulier, yes, you can win decent contracts. Yes, you can make money doing it. Hell, if you want to be an owner-operator, okay, if you really want to be an owner-operator, go and do it. Yeah? But that's got to be who you are. Well, there can be nothing else. Yeah? Maybe in 20, 30 years' time, when you've made your money, you've paid your mortgage, you've got all the whistles and bells, and you've got a nice big V8 Scania, or whatever the electronic version of that's going to be, Tesla Super Truck or something stupid, that self-drives, so you don't even have to be there. If you want to do that, fine. But when you do it, you've got to be in that vehicle. It's got to be running constantly. Yeah? Yeah. Now, if you're going to run loads into Europe or the other side of Europe, into Iran and places like that and come back, yeah, you'll make a couple of quid. Yeah, you'll do well. You can make it work. Personally, I don't want to give that amount of my life to something I'm not that interested in. Yeah, so personally, when I'm looking around at the competition and what you've got to contend with and things like that, if I wanted any semblance of life outside of the bloody cab, well, no, I can't compete with those lot. What's the point? But if you genuinely, you know, that's who you are. You want a big Scania or a Volvo or a Merc or a MAN or whatever the hell you want. Yeah, you want to spend your days in the middle of summer getting hot and sweaty inside a MAN. You go right ahead. That's fine. But the thing is, I'm sorry, I love that joke. But the thing is, that's all you will ever be. Yes, you can be a parent. You can be a nice parent. Yeah? Yes, you can own a home. And you could very easily grow a decent haulage company. But most don't. You know, they're called the 1% because 1% make it. Yeah? You know, and the amount of comments I've got on that, I still get them even now. Oh, blah, 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 blah. You need to talk to more owner ops, Bill. I'm agency, you moron. Where do you think owner ops who've been screwed over, lost a contract, had to declare bankruptcy, where do you think they go? Most of them don't go full time because they've been owner ops for years. They can't go full time. They just hate the idea of it. Yeah? When I worked in the wholesaler, there was a couple of full-time drivers. In actual fact, one of the full-time drivers was a brother of a guy who worked behind the desk, and it was the guy behind the desk who got him the job in the wholesaler, because up until then, he ran a fleet. He ran a fleet for, I think it was 20-something years, and he had like 30 units. And then it all just, I actually believe, if memory serves, it was Stobie came along and stole his contract. Right, and then he just went, it was pointless, it was pointless trying to get another one, trying to keep all these units going, so I just laid off my men, gave the vehicles back, and my brother got me the job. Yeah, I do speak to ex-owner operators. I also speak to owner operators when I'm on a site, and there's this side pipe V8 Scania that shakes everything. Oh yeah, well I got this like 6 months ago, blah, 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 and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, you can make money. You can. But more often than not, that owner-operator, that solo guy, or a guy who's got 3 or 4 other vehicles, which most have, that's their life. 2, 3, 4 weeks away at a time, back for a couple of days, back out again. Back for a couple of days, back out again. 5 or 6 weeks at home in a year. Oh, they make stupid amount of money. They'll have a lovely retirement. They've got a decent house and the mortgage is paid and kids have got a decent education. And if that's what you want to do, if you are a trucking person, go to all the truck shows, love trucks, sit there all day polishing every individual nook and cranny on the truck, fine, do it. You will never ever regret it. But the abuse I've received for having my personal opinion is hysterical. Yes, there are a lot of people who are really into trucks, and that's fine. I'm into cars. I understand it. Yeah, I'm into guns. I understand it. I understand the love. But a lot of people, until I made that recording, a lot of people said, "What's your opinion on being an owner-operator? Would you ever do it?" And after a few conversations, speaking to people who used to run fleets or have their own vehicle, I never wanted to. With what I'd been told, I definitely didn't want to. But the amount of abuse I got for that, I still get it even now. It's funny as hell. I just think it's hysterical. Because, yeah, if it was all about, I want to own a Scania V8, and that's what I want to be, that's what, go to all the truck shows and be a name within the trucking community, fine, go and do it. If that's what you want your life to, go and do it. You will never have any regrets. I wish you the best of luck. I really do. But personally, I don't want to give that amount of time to it. Would it be fun to come back here and park a truck on that drive and really piss her off down the road? Yeah, it would be brilliant. But, yeah, okay, fair enough. I could probably find something for about 20 grand with 600,000 to 700,000 kilometres on it. Yeah? And I could probably get a contract with the people I'm currently working for, running loads up to Scotland, find somewhere up in Scotland to deliver back down, go across, from west coast to east coast, maybe go into Wales, and in a week come back home and everyone's winning. And yeah, you could do it. 40 grand in a bank to get an O licence, and somewhere, obviously the planning permission to have an O licence too. So you've got to get everybody's agreement to do it, or have a yard somewhere. And like I said, 40 grand in the bank to hold the O licence, and then you've got to have your insurance and your breakdown and everything. What was it? I read something on FTA a while ago. If you want to start out as an owner-operator, you've got to have in the regions of £70,000. 70 grand. You know, a quarter of my generation will never own a house because they can't save 20 grand. Yeah? Half of the generation that's following me will never own a house because they can't save 20 grand. Yet you're going to save 70 grand to be an owner-operator. It's ridiculous. Something has to change. Something really has to change. And that was an FTA thing I was reading probably about a year ago now. But something really has to change. Now, like I said, if you want to do it, if that's what your life, if that's what you want to be, if it's in your DNA, go for it. You know? If you're lucky enough, as some people have been, including Eddie Stobart, to be born on a farm where you have a couple of trucks to do some grain carting and you want to expand, go for it. They're brilliant. You know? Hell, if you live on a housing estate and want to, and I know there's some people that do that. Yeah? If you can, good luck to you. If that's what you want to do. Personally, I don't, because it's a ridiculous amount of time if it's not something that, if it's not who you are. Does that make sense? You can start businesses when it's not who you are. You can grow them and, you know, make money that way because you can grow them from home. You can spend a few hours going on site, all this kind of stuff. Yeah, fine. But the thing with truck driving, it's your life. It's you. You know? People always go, oh yeah, Dave, he loves his trucks. He's always been a trucker. Dave is just about trucks. Every anecdote Dave ever tells is about trucks. Yeah, that's what Dave loves his Scanias. That's who you will be. Yeah? It won't be, oh yeah, well, that time Dave, you know, he had that brunette, didn't he, when he was going off to buy that new Ford Focus. Yeah, can't believe he pulled that salesman. It will never be that. It will be, Dave, he's always loved his Scanias. Oh yeah, he's at a truck show right now. Yeah? Now, if that's who you are, brilliant. Go for it, please. I beg you, go for it. You will never regret it. But if that's not who you are, don't. Don't. If you just want to be a truck driver as a job, to earn some money, to put towards other things, just get a full-time job, PAYE somewhere. Yeah. But it's up to you. It is your decision at the end of the day, but I still think it's amusing. What is my opinion on owner operating? I wouldn't do it because of XYZ. You're a dick. How can you think that? It's a business. You've got to commit to a business. Blah, 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 blah. Well, if you don't like my answer, don't ask my opinion. You know, I wasn't asking yours. I was just answering. You know, I was answering the question I was asked. You know. But that upload, my thoughts on owner operating, that upload has got me so much abuse. It's hysterical. It's brilliant. I do think it's rather funny. But yeah. Oh dear. It's just one of those. You can't win. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. You know? Oh well, thanks for your opinion. It's just gonna make me try harder to prove you wrong. Look, if you wanna use your hatred of me to prove me wrong, then I've helped to make you a success. Please do that. For the love of God, please go and do it. You know, if me, you know, saying what I've said has energized you to prove me wrong, I've helped you. That's what I want to do. Thanks. You know, like I said, if it's something that you want to be, never let anybody, not me, not Jay, not Luke C, not Kev T, not Witter in Truck, not anybody. No one. Don't let anybody dissuade you from being who you are. Ever. Yeah, the bully at school, your parents, some fat hairy dickhead at the end of the camera. Hello. You know, don't let anybody dissuade you from being who you are. If that's what you want to be, you be it. And I will wish you the best of luck. Yeah? And I really hope that you make it. Whatever it is you want to be. Personally, I don't want to do it. And I don't want to do it for all the reasons that I mentioned in that my thoughts on owner operating. See, I want to do other things with my life. You know? Now, if I was an owner operator, could I build a successful YouTube channel as an owner operator? Well, yeah. I'd be an owner operator. I'd be able to record whatever the hell I wanted. It'd be brilliant. Could I lose contracts and ultimately declare bankruptcy because of it? Yes. One of my clients sees I'm recording on their site. They don't like that. Double-edged sword. But that's another thing. And this is a piece of advice. If you are going to be an owner-operator and you decide to get a 20 grand old Volvo with 680,000 kilometres on it, and you can get them for that. Won't be allowed in London, but you can get them for it. Start a YouTube channel. Be careful how you do it. Don't give away your clients and stuff like that. If you're on a client site and it's obvious what site you're on, try to do the camera angle so people can't see. It's easy enough, trust me, it's really easy. But do a YouTube thing. Yeah? Because not only can you make money from running your vehicle, you can make money from YouTube. Advertising revenue, merchandise sales, getting your name out there, maybe somebody wants to hire you. Yeah? Think. You can do it. And trust me, I did actually think about doing it a while back. Years ago, I did actually think about it. I was thinking about getting an old Actros unit and just going for it, but I weighed up all the pros, all the cons, everything I could do. I've actually recently been talking to Simon. Simon's he owns now Luke. And I don't mean Luke C, I mean my friend who was in the Picasso. I got it wrong. Alright, when I say this, I got it wrong when I was chatting to you. Simon has since corrected me. Okay? Simon owns 10 square kilometres of land in Romania. Well, at least he thinks it's 10 square kilometres. He doesn't fully know. But he owns a fair amount. And he wants to set up a petrol station, come shop, come garage near his property, or on his property, I should say. And it's all some kind of backed by government and EU grants and all this kind of stuff. There is method in his madness, but anyway, he wants to do that. Now, he also wants to get a vehicle to run loads, so he can run loads to Romania, pick up some bits and bobs from Romania, ship them back, and do stuff like that. Now, obviously, he wants to employ a driver to do it, but I've been having a lot of conversations about the potential of being owner-operators. And both of us have kind of turned around and gone, it will just be easier and cheaper to hire a company to do it for us, you know, for him, yeah? Because obviously I'm not part of this. But you know what I'm getting at. And that's what's kind of sparked me back into talking about it, is because of the conversation I've had with Simon. And again, hopefully when Simon came up with an idea, is like, we can have one of our friends from a different household come round. Yeah, well, social distance, so technically out in public. And we were thinking about, well, if I sit back here and he sits back over there, social distance podcast. But then I was like, yeah, but this isn't really public. This is my property. But hopefully I can get him in here in July when things are starting. Supposedly things are gonna ease a little bit more. And in July, hopefully, I'll get Simon in here and we'll talk more about it. Because again, it's his business. he's using me as a soundboard. But yeah, I have been talking about it, and it has kind of re-engaged my brain to thinking about it. And part of me would like to have my own unit, don't get me wrong, the freedom and stuff like that, but at the same time, the contracts, the making money in it. I mean, I suppose when you're established and you've got everyone on speed dial on your phone, fine. But when you're trying to get established, the amount of time you have to give to do it, if you're younger, fine. But the amount of time you've got to put into it it's insane. There's so many things you can do in life. And if you just focus all of your time on one thing, to me that feels like a waste. You know? That's my personal opinion. I'm never going to be a master of any one thing. I'm going to be a jack of all trades, but I'm never going to be a master of one. If you want to be a master of one, you go for it, like I said. But to me, it just feels like a waste. You know? Okay, yeah, fine, you're making your money, but what else could you have done with that time? Like I said, if you're going to do it, do YouTube. Build a following, get some merchandising, then all of a sudden you can get some sponsorship, turn up at shows. I mean, look at what Jay and Lucy and all that lot are doing. Yeah? That's a revenue stream. Hell, some of those guys are probably close to earning what they earn at work from YouTube. I wouldn't be at all surprised. Especially Luke, he seems to have his head screwed right on. I'll give him his due on that one. But again, think about it. You know, if that's what you're going to do, then what else can you do? You know, hell, once you've done it for 10 years, write a bloody book. You know, that's book sales. That's how my brain works. It's, okay, yeah, I could commit X, Y, and Z to this, but what else can I do? You know? And hopefully I can get Simon in here and we can discuss it more in depth, because like I said, it's his business venture, it's not mine. I'm just a stupid fat twit at the end of the phone he uses as a sounding board. But yeah, you got me thinking recently, and I was like, yeah, the abuse I received when I said no because of XYZ. It was funny as hell. It was brilliant. But anyway, to be fair, I think that's enough. I think that's going to be enough for the entire week. I think it was 3 or something. So again, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share about. Now, Bert has her online store, and she can do loads of custom jobs and stuff like that. The link to her store is in the description below. Might as well have a look. Could see something you like. There's a link to Wearing Bearings in the description below, of course. You can find me on Twitter, you can find me on Facebook, hell, you can even find me on Instagram these days, although I've just not got into using Instagram. I've got it for Wearing Bearings. I just take a photo to post something, and you know, when you're on lockdown, what the fuck can your photo? You know what I mean? But yeah, all the links are in the description below to anything that's even remotely interesting. I'm 97 subscribers on Wearing Bearings. Come on, we got to get to 100. 3 more, come on. Get me to 100. Like I said, I've got enough content once a month. Get this year done. I was hoping to have done so much more this year. I think that's the thing that's kicking me with this lockdown. Yeah, I've got my trading going. I've got some money to one side. Concentrated on my physical fitness. But I wanted to do car stuff. And yes, okay, I'm getting the Jag fixed. I'm doing a rolling resto on that using the garage. I've got the Terrican fixed. I've got other work to do to the Terrican. We've got that recorded. Everyone's a winner. But there's so much more I wanted to do, and it's kind of biting me now, because Of course, work has dropped off. If your agency work's dropped off, companies have been taking on full-time staff from people who've been furloughed. So again, having the money to go to any last-minute car shows that may be organised August, September, I don't have it at the moment. So it's been a real pain in my ass. It's been a pain in everyone's ass. So I don't know what I'm going to do for year 2 with wearing bearings. I haven't got a clue. Because it's going to make my life very difficult. I think what I might do, and I've been thinking about this for a while. I think what I might do is for year 2, I'll have a little budget, a side budget, because by this point in time, hopefully I'll have a house. Hopefully, touch wood. But I'll have a side budget, and I'll get cheap cars. Yeah, and I'll do stuff with them. Don't know what it is yet. I may even just save up some money to one side and get myself a classic car. And year 2 will be my endeavours with that car. So I might properly test my knowledge, test my skills, learn new skills, and fully strip the bastard down and rebuild it. And that might be my year 2. Yes, it will be repetitive. Yes, it will be the same cars. If I can get some car reviews in on the side, local car dealers and stuff, then I will do. If I can work again with anybody else, obviously there'll be that. But I've been giving some serious thought to getting an actual restoration project for year 2. I was going to do it for like year 3, but given what's going on, I need something next year. So hopefully something will materialise, and once I've got a mortgage, once I've got a house, I'll know better where I stand. But yeah, anyway, as I said a while ago, thanks for watching. All the links are below in the description. So like, subscribe, share about, all the usual bollocks. See you next week. Cheers.